Hello my dear students, I hope all of you are fit and fine and obviously excited because one of the biggest festivals is here obviously, so all of us are excited. Today, as I said the previous day, that we will be discussing the question answers from the chapter The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. Now one thing I want to say, that the answers that you will not find in the study material, I mean the answers that have not been provided, don't think that by chance I forgot to provide them. I didn't provide them deliberately because I believe you need to know how to frame an answer, and I have the answers, that the questions actually that are left to be answered by me, those are actually probably direct questions in most of the cases, or descriptive questions like the landscape, the process, or the way in which Binya uh, retrieved her umbrella. These kind of questions I have left to answer. You need to frame those answers on your own. So don't send me mails like, Miss, you forgot to provide this answer, kindly provide this answer. No, I won't. If you need any help, do ask me in the live class only. I will help you, obviously. I will discuss if you need. But I am not going to provide any ready-made answer of those questions which I have, I have not provided the answers of which questions, and that was a deliberate attempt. Okay. So let's begin. Uh, the boxed questions, those have been discussed in the previous class. If there was someone who is watching there is someone who is watching the video who was not present for some reasons in the previous class but is willing to know the answers of these questions, the boxed questions, in text questions, then do let me know in today's live class. We will discuss them again. And now the quick answers, those I am mentioning very briefly. You need to frame the answers. Where is the story said, the answer has been provided in your book itself, and the answer is totally perfect. Next one, describe the landscape. I am really not interested to describe this because this is clearly written in the text. You just search the portion and write it down. In which season the story happened? Obviously summer. It is also clearly mentioned in the story. And the evidences you need to search. Okay. And describe the weather. That I suggested, that you were telling that the weather was summery, hot, warm. All these things are correct, but you need to mention one thing more, that is windy, W-I-N-D-Y, windy, because wind was there and it is important. Wind plays a very important role here. That's why you need to mention windy. It would be better if you mention this. Okay. Now we will move to reference to context. The first question, I mean under the heading reference to context, question number 2. Binya ran to the edge of the cliff. Going down on her hands and knees, she peered down the cliff face. Why was Binya at the edge of the cliff? Try to remember. And the answers that I am providing, as I always say, these are my answers. Okay, I have framed them. So if you want to add something or anything, any changes, and if you have any query, do let me know in the live class. That means I want to add this, or I want to write that or this. You may write the same thing in a different way, to a different sentence. That you need not tell me. Okay, just make the sentence correct. It will be okay. If you are mentioning the same information through another type of sentence, then don't tell me, because it takes too much time without any reason. But if you want to add really a new information, or if you find that there is a spelling mistake or any mistake, this point should not be mentioned here, this kind of things if you feel, then feel free to ask me or feel free to tell me. Okay, so the question was, why was Binya at the edge of the cliff? Binya was trying to get back her blue umbrella that the gust of wind had blown down the side of the cliff. Obviously, we read it in the story. That's why she was at the edge of the cliff. Now next one, which word means looked with difficulty or concentration at someone or something. Peered. I think I have mentioned the full sentence. So the word is peered. I am not reading the whole sentence. This is not a reading class. Okay. So I don't want to make it boring. Why has the narrator used this word? In which context did the narrator use this? The narrator has used this word as Binya had to look intently down the steep side of the cliff to search for her blue umbrella that the wind had blown down the steep slope. Okay, that is why she was peering, no? So that thing only I have mentioned. Now next one. What did Binya see? I am reading the answers basically because sometimes you face difficulties to understand the handwriting sometimes. Maybe some of you face difficulties to understand my handwriting. So if you watch the video, you will get the idea that, oh, Miss has written this word. She is telling this word. So this portion, she has written this word. Binya saw that her umbrella was stuck in a cherry tree that grew around 50 feet down. Here I am expecting a question from you during the live class actually. Around 50 feet down the side of the cliffs, out of some rocks and over the deep ravine. Now the next one, question number 3. As agile as a mountain goat, she did not take more than 5 minutes to reach the crooked cherry tree. But the most difficult task remained. Question number A. Identify and explain the comparison in the given lines. The comparison used is in the line as agile as a mountain goat. Or you can write the comparison that has been used is in the line they have asked you to explain, to describe the comparison. The author has described the agility and ability of Binya to climb steep mountains without slipping or falling. Mountain goats can climb steep hills effortlessly, and so can Binya. You know, this thing about mountain goats, wherever I see any picture, I don't understand how can they do that. Yeah, I don't know. If you have seen such pictures, then okay. Otherwise, you can search in Google. Okay, you have no idea. The students who have not seen, you have no idea how much steep cliffs they can climb. Almost straight line. I don't get it. How can they do that? I get spellbound. I get, speechless to see that picture every time I see that picture. Okay, next question. Where was the cherry tree? The cherry tree was growing out of some rocks about 50 feet down the steep cliff side. Okay, this has been mentioned in the text. You can write it in other ways also, the distance from the stream, about the canyon, about the chasm. You can write in your own way, that just mention the correct information. That's my point. Just don't write rubbish. Okay. Now question number C. What was the difficult task that remained? I hope you remember. Although Binya had managed to reach the cherry tree, but still had to climb along the, you can write crawl, the trunk of the tree, which was at right angles to the cliff wall, to reach the umbrella, which was stuck on a branch at the end. This was the most dangerous and difficult task. The second last sentence, the punctuation is really important. The comma, full stop, these are really important in this particular sentence. Actually, not second last, this is the first sentence also. Although Binya had managed to reach the cherry tree, but still had to climb along the trunk of the tree, which was at the right angles to the cliff wall, to reach the umbrella. So if you don't put the comma perfectly, the meaning will not be clear. So be careful about the punctuation when you are writing a long sentence. Okay. Next, I guess, question number 4. Give me a second. She could not crawl back with My book is here actually. She could not crawl back with it in her hands. Question number A. Who is the narrator speaking about in this line? Obviously Binya. I have delivered the answer. What is the person holding? Binya is holding the blue umbrella. Why could the person not crawl back with the thing in her hands? Binya was precariously hanging about 80 feet above a boulder-strewn stream. She could not crawl back with the umbrella in her hands because she had to hold the tree trunk with her hands, or else she would fall down into the ravine. That's why also she, let the umbrella go, let the umbrella fly. You can mention that thing also if you want. Okay, that is not totally useless here. Now read, reflect and write. The answers that I have provided, those are of question number 6 and 9, and question number 8 I have just mentioned the what should I say, the characteristics. You need to study this and I will ask questions about this in the live class. Now question number 6. How do we know that the blue umbrella was something that Binya treasured? This is really important. This question is really important. Before that, describe Binya's life in the village. This is totally a descriptive answer, but not it's also important. Okay, it is also important. You just write it down about what did she do. She went here and there, the places where did she go, and how she felt homely there. That thing also should be mentioned. So this is an easy answer and quite a descriptive answer, so frame your own answer. The next question. Binya seldom closed her blue umbrella. Even when she had it in the house, she left it lying open in a corner of the room. She walked around the tiny hamlet with that blue umbrella, showing it to one and all. She carried it everywhere with her, even when she went to fetch water, deliver milk to the tea shop, or take the cows grazing. In one such instance, she almost lost the umbrella, but she somehow managed to recover it back with ample fortitude and risked death also and little bites to repossess it. Thus, it is evident that the blue umbrella was obviously a very treasured thing for Binya, right? Now question number 7, give a brief description of how the umbrella came back to... No. Wait, I'm blind. Give a brief description of how the umbrella came to be stuck in the branches of the cherry tree. Trust me, these type of questions I really don't like. This is entirely a descriptive question. Nothing to add on your own. You just can't add your own ideas or anything. I personally don't like such questions. Anyway, question number 8. Binya is the hero of this story. List 3 character traits that you see in Binya and give a piece of evidence from the story for each one of them. So the evidence I have not provided, obviously, that you need to find out. And 3 character traits, I think I have provided. Confident, she was confident, fearless, determined. It means she possessed confidence, determination, fearlessness, or you can say she was determined, fearless, confident, in any way you want. But the evidences you need to find out, or if you have any other character trait in your mind, in your brain, then do share with me in the live class. In this way, the other students also can share and we get to know about each other's ideas, new ideas. Okay, now question number 9, the climax of a story is the most exciting or gripping event in the plot. Which event, according to you, is the climax of this particular story? So question may come, I can provide such questions like what is the climax, because the answer has been given within the question itself. So remember that. What is the climax? I can ask you. Now, according to you, what is the climax? You do share with me. I have written down my opinion. According to me, the climax of the story is the part where Binya climbs down the cliff side to retrieve her umbrella, almost 50 feet down, with stones falling loose overhead and a deep chasm beneath her. Her determination and grit make one sit up, and the reader's heart skip a beat as she searches for footholds along the cliff wall. Okay, so this portion according to me is the climax of the story. If you think that something else, some other portions should be the climax, should be called to be the climax of the story, then do share with me. Now I am going to tell you one thing, that the question number 10, that is I can't say that is not important, that will help you to increase your general knowledge. So you can search in Google, you can search in other books or other sources, and can build your own PowerPoint, or can gather some information, some facts to enrich your general knowledge. But I can say that this question to come in the examination, the possibility is low. Okay, the possibility is low. That's why I have not provided anything. Now in the table given below, page number 127, match the character types to their descriptions. Major characters, which can be called the major characters in a story. They are the central characters in a story. The plot revolves around them. Like in this particular story, Binya and the blue umbrella also. Binya along with her blue umbrella, I will say. Minor characters. These characters support the major characters and help the events of the plot move forward. Okay. Now not question number C. Point number C, villains, also known as the bad guys or the antagonists. These characters put obstacles in the way of their major characters. D, mentors that will go with. These wise characters advise the major characters and teach them the lesson that must be learned. Now tempters, which one will go with tempters? These characters mislead the major characters and cunningly persuade them to join the villains or the antagonists. Sidekicks, loyal and loving friends to the major characters. These characters support and stand by them. There is an interesting activity given for you. Can you name a character from a book or a film to match each type given in the table below? I have decided, as I was telling in the previous class, that before puja we will keep our discussion a little bit light. It will not be very much serious or anything. It will be helpful. Obviously all the queries will be clarified as usual, but we will try to discuss light things. Okay. So in today's class I will ask this question. Okay, we can talk about any film or any book, any famous book or any famous film, and we can discuss about these characters, and other questions also I will ask, and the doubts will be clarified. So bye bye for now. We will meet in the live class. Go through the study material, watch the video. If you find any problem, any spelling mistake, or sometimes we do now while writing fast we make mistakes, so any spelling mistake or any word missing or any sentence structure is problematic, if you think, then do let me know. I will rectify that obviously. And if there is nothing like that, then just go through them and add your own ideas, to share with me your own ideas. Okay, so bye bye for now.